December, declared, yeah, we do that, but we still don't know to what extent it exists. All we know is that it's the biggest operation since the end of the Cold Era, and it's getting bigger and bigger, really out of proportion. So he wrote a book, he makes exhibition. Thank God, not just in art galleries, but also in universities and other public places. And he documents his funding. For example, he has contacts inside the army who send them logos that these officials who are working on secret missions have to wear. I mean, people in the army, they have to wear logos that identify them, that identify their place in the hierarchy and their achievement. But if you're working on a secret mission, how do you represent something that shouldn't be represented? So Trevor just is collecting several of these logos, and they're quite weird. They look like something coming from cults or esoteric organizations or stuff like that. But one of his projects he's working on, which I think is, I find it absolutely fantastic, it's called Terminal Air. So I thought about this plane spotter who are documenting the movement of these planes, and they put it online, but on several websites, and each time they find a document they could add, they put them on their website. And what Terminal Air is doing is just putting together and gathering all these documents, so you have a single interface, and you can follow in real time what's happening. And even more than that, if you're a registered user, you can get an SMS to know when a plane is coming in your city or in your country or in your area. So you can grab your digital phone camera or your mobile phone with a camera and go and take pictures and post them. And it's a tool to inform people, and he's working on similar installation that he's going to show around. I don't know how much time I still have. Okay. This one is more about media, and it's another example of artists trying to empower us. And in this case, with this tactical ice cream unit, it's a comment on the fact that many sources of information or the way we communicate, there's some financial process. We have to pay somewhere or another, and we don't really have the control about what's being broadcasted or anything. So this big truck is divided in two. So there's the mother truck, and inside there's a small cart for ice cream. And inside the big cart, there's everything for activists, like there's GPS technology, satellite, surveillance camera, and they just arrive in a city and they meet activists, local activists, and they say, yeah, we are here, and just use our facilities. They have anything, balloons, masks. So if people want to document corporate dumping, or police behaving badly, or if they want to organize a protest, or monitor any other thing, these guys are there, and they provide people with the tools they really need to have an effective protest, for example. And there's the tactical ice cream cart, which is more mobile and distributes real ice cream for free, but also document to make people think and inform them about potential activist events in the area. This one is, I'm too tired for that one. Okay. I think this is the last example. It's still another example of trying to get some control and not having the information mediated by anyone and by anyone else or by government or anything. And this one is about environment. It's very difficult to know exactly the level of pollution of a city. No, it's easy to get it, but how do you know it's really accurate and correct, and how precise can it be? So Muriel Milicevic imagined what she called neighborhood satellites, and it's a kind of game she did it what she was studying with, and she built it with crap, things that was dumped in her school. And so you have a game, a little display, and a device, and all the technology is hidden in the backpack. And what you do, there are 3 modes of checking which kind of environment or pollutant there's in your neighborhood. You can play with this. This is the little satellite, and with it you can. It detects. The level of light, how much phone signal there is, and several data about the existing pollution. And you can see it on the display. This is your satellite, this little bird, and these are the kind of pollution around you. Pollution or places of green or non-polluted area. So the idea is that you can either go around in your neighborhood and exactly see how polluted it is. You can play also with it. So in fact, it's also a game. So your little satellite can be attacked by pollutant, and so it's a game. And there's something hidden behind it. What happens when you become a good player, you want to pass to the next level, and the next level will be going to very polluted area. But do you want to do that to your health? Or just kind of trigger a series of questions in the mind of the gamer. And the most interesting mode to play it is playing with the community, with other people in your neighborhood, and just sharing information and mapping exactly in your neighborhood where is the pollution. And use it as a tool. It can be used like several people in a crossing playing silently, and it would be a kind of silent protest against the pollution, but it could also mean some very basic things, like you want to rent or you want to buy a house, and you could bargain the price of the house. I mean, it would be a new kind of characteristic, and you say, "No, I'm sorry, this house is too polluted." So I can say to anyone, so please decrease the price. So that's just an example of what one can do with this kind of project. I will come to that one after that. I'm not sure that my talk really helped you if you want to answer the question, who can we trust? But what I wanted to show is that there's one thing we can be sure of, is that the artists will just try to provide a tool or point your attention to the kind of people you shouldn't trust, even if they look trustworthy, and sometimes even provide you the tool to regain some power of a series of issues. And before finishing, I don't know if everybody has seen this project. It's downstairs, and I'm not sure it's well explained what it is exactly. So I thought I would just end by explaining very quickly what it is. It's a project which has been developed. Is Marcus Kirsten here? Do you want to come and explain your project? I should have. I was thinking about asking you and finding you, and then I forgot. Do you mind? Hang on. I also have the website, so you can. I wanted to show the video you put online, so I will just, while you talk, if that's okay. Otherwise, if you want other images, while you talk, I will just show the video. Do you want this? Oh, no. Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have asked you before.
Okay, I don't know if you hear me. Should work. Perfect. Okay. So this project was developed at the University of the Arts in Berlin in the digital media class of Professor Sauter, and it's a live webcam installation. So now you see the installation when it's not, the projector is not online. And you have 4 models which are from the left to right in Denmark, and in Amsterdam a laundromat, and the next one is my own inner courtyard in Berlin, and the last one is in Vermont. And these models were printed on a 3D plotter from rapid prototyping. So now you see the installation when it's on. So here you see the first installation in Denmark. You have, it's a found footage installation with 4 live webcam streams, which are transformed to live miniatures. So here you see street crossing anywhere in Denmark. Next one is the laundromat in Amsterdam. So these models were printed on a rapid prototyping system, which hardens sand slice by slice to create these models. And the third one is my own inner courtyard. It's the next one. Okay, it's the left one. And it works with kind of a split screen, so there's one projector in the middle, and you have those models in a half circle around you, and the projector goes to the front, and there's 4 mirrors which divide the light, and then the light comes back to the 4 models, so you only need 1 mirror, which is kind of effective because projectors are very expensive. So it is the last model, and this model is very nice because you have a timeline in the top of the picture, and you see that it's really live because the time is always running when you look at it. And on Friday, that's cool because on Friday there's a market, so you can have a look at the market on the model. And when it's getting dark, it's getting like this. So you see the lights in the windows. Okay, it's about 3 or 4 minutes transition from here to there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. One last thing, and I'm not very good at putting my screen like I should, is that while I was preparing this talk, you see Angus Leva, whom some of you know, and Katharina Becker, and Marlene Keimerer, I hope I pronounced her name well. We worked on a blog. The address is mediaart.ccc.de, and tonight I will put online all the address of the project I talk about. And if you go on the website, there are several projects I didn't talk about. They were more about surveillance, and the one on the top is the project of Marcus. So it was a kind of having an online exhibition which was targeted to this Congress. And that's it. So if you have questions or comments.
Okay, if there are no questions, then thank you for attending the talk, and thank you very much, Régine Despatie.